Hi, and welcome to Female Entrepreneurs Magazine, your go to platform for ambitious women who are ready to take the business world by storm. I'm your host, Angel France, and each week we'll dive into the latest strategies, stories, and success secrets from the most inspiring female entrepreneurs around the world. Welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Today, our guest is living proof that you really can juggle it all and still look fabulous while doing it. Look at her. She's absolutely beautiful. She started out in retail and web writing, snagged a corporate 10X Vision Award because, of course, she did. She's amazing. And then leveled up by launching Beacon Insights, a platform overflowing with hope, inspiration, and pure boss brilliance. These days, she's also homeschooling 3 kids, supporting 2 businesses, runs a 75 plus animal petting zoo. Okay, where do you find the time? And is also writing best selling books. Talk about a multitask magic worker with a side of sparkle. It is the amazing and wonderful Laura Worosher. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that is just way too much fun. Okay, we're not even getting into anything, but explain the petting zoo.
So, growing up, I really didn't have pets, kind of was not allowed to have pets. So, in college, they told me I could have anything I could keep in a fish tank. So, I got some turtles and I had some turtles in college. And I had those turtles forever. And then after I got out of college, I thought, well, now there's no rules, right? Now I can have everything. And so I just started accumulating, and I love them all. Everything from geckos and snakes and chameleons to sugar gliders and chinchillas and mini donkeys and dwarf goats and quail and ducks. I love them all.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the children have to have fun with them.
Oh, I couldn't do it without them. They help me so much. So much. They love them. They're usually out holding a quail or petting a donkey or something. So
And what does your husband say?
he has to build all the enclosures for these creatures. So that's how I know he loves me, because I'll come home with a new something and he's like, all right, let me go to Lowe's and pick up the supplies for the new enclosure for the pet. So yeah.
That is amazing. Okay, and homeschooling on top of that, and running 2 businesses and writing. Wow. Okay. I mean, I said it was magic, but I'm blown away magic. How about that? So tell me what sparked it all. What made it all happen? Becoming a business owner, entrepreneur, and starting your own thing.
So it wasn't always kind of the sunshine and roses, right? Nobody's life is always like that. And I think I went through a really
You're giving them false hope now.
well, listen, we all go through dark times. And I think I was in a dark time. I was trying to do everything, be a new mom, switch jobs. I was in a new city. I was doing all the things. And I thought I should be able to do it all, right? So I should have it all together. And I didn't reach out for community or help. I thought I could do it by myself. And that really led to kind of a dark time for me. And I felt like nobody knew what I was going through. Nobody could hear my kind of silent, help me, like cry. And it really was women's community and people being like, Laura, like there's no way, right? Like, let me help you. Let me come alongside you. That really pulled me out of that kind of dark time. And so I thought, I want to be that for other people who are there. And I want to help people maybe avoid getting there, right? So I started Beacon Insights as a community for women. No matter where you are, who you are, what you do, you can connect with people who are in your area, who are doing a similar kind of a thing, and just be like, hey, What's your advice on this, that, or the other? And you know that there are women there that are in a similar situation and you don't have to feel judged or any of that crap. So that's why I started Beacon Insights.
That is amazing. That is good. That has to be a great community for women just to go in and just get assistance for different things that they need. It sounds so hopeful.
I hope it is.
I love it. It's amazing. All right, let's do this. Let's go back to your 18-year-old self. What advice would you give her?
Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Just stop it. I still have this really bad tendency to look at people that are farther along on their journey and be like, why am I not there yet? What am I doing wrong? Or to look at people that I'm farther along on my journey and be like, what's their problem? Why don't they have it all together? And neither one of those is going to work because it's your journey, right? You're running your race. And I think I was so caught up in trying to run somebody else's race that it slowed me down. And so I would go back and be like, no, just don't get your blinders on and just you do you, and no, just leave them to their own devices.
So once you put the blinders on, ran your own race, okay? What is something that you did, a strategy that you did, or something that you did to help grow your business that maybe others said it wasn't going to work, or you thought once you put those blinders on, it was for you only? What was that strategy?
It's the word start. So I think I used to be afraid of like, oh, what if I try and it doesn't work? Or what if I try and I mess up and I look really bad, right? I say, well, I'm gonna run this race, and then I trip up and I smack my face, and I was afraid to do it. And then I realized, we're all kind of running a race, and there's no sense in trying to do it perfectly, right? So I just had to start and then learn along the journey. You can pivot. And so if I'm running and all of a sudden I find I'm running on the wrong path, you just make the turn and you get back to where you need to be. But if you never start, you're never going to get anywhere. So with everything that I was doing and like, should I do this? Should I do that? Just start. And that's the only way that I'm going to know if it's right or if it's wrong, is to try and just start. So start has been my magic word for making things go.
I like start. Start works. So with so many women that you in your community and dealing with, what is an entrepreneurial spirit, that something they believe that you wish that they would just not believe and kick it to the curb?
I think that the common myth that I hear all the time is that there is not enough space, right, for you. There's not enough space for your voice. That story has been told. The song has been sung. The space is saturated. What's one more community? What's one more entrepreneur? What's one more female trying to prove that she's something? And I think that's just such a lie, right? Like, we all have a story and a voice and a purpose. And I think that allowing ourselves to be silenced by this myth is just the worst tragedy, because some of the people that have made the biggest impact on me are not the people that you would think, right? There's some of the people who aren't out there with their name in lights, but they had an impact on me and their voice mattered to me. And I know that my voice will matter to somebody else. And so I think that myth of don't even try because it's too saturated, just talk louder. It's going to be fun.
Talk louder. That one is funny. Okay, just talk more, talk louder. So I'm gonna piggyback on what you said, because I was asked, well, are these people your competition? I'm like, I don't have competition.
Nope.
Nobody's me. Nobody acts like me. Nobody speaks like me. Nobody gets other people's message out there like me. So no, they're not.
Nope.
And I said, you might think that's cocky, but it's not.
It's just the truth. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with everybody else out there. You're different than anybody else. I don't care if you're doing the same exact thing as this person who you're trying to compare yourself to. Get the blinders, are like Laura just said. you or you. And I have a friend and she says, "Do you, boo?" She always says that. And I think that's cute.
That is cute.
All right. So, wonder if there's a woman out there. She's in the middle of the mess. She's in the middle of 20 things. She's getting ready to throw in the towel. What would be your advice?
You gotta end game it sometimes, and I have to do this actually not infrequently when I'm in the middle and things look like a mess. I can't think about the messy right now. I have to think, okay, think down the road, think what it will mean to me, to my kids, to other people, to show them I can push through. I can do it. I'm not a quitter. I'm not somebody that gives up. I'm not somebody that says that's too much. That's not doable, right? That's not for you. I think I have to look down the road when I'm ready to quit and say, if I quit now, that sets a precedent, right? And then the next time when I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should quit, my chances are I'm going to quit again, and then I'm going to quit again. And before you know it, all I do is quit to where then I don't start. I never get to that start because I'm so used to quitting. And so I think whether it's the messy middle or the I'm just ready to quit, don't set that precedent of it's okay for me to quit now, because it will just continue on, and you don't want that to be who you are, I think at all. So that's what I would say. Look down the road and that sense of self, who you want to become, and don't let that be part of your story.
Yeah. Nor let the naysayers be part of your story.
Get them out of there.
Kick them to the curb.
That's right.
Oh, we'd have fun together. Okay. All right. So give me a sneak peek into what's happening in your world, if you don't mind.
All the exciting things. I am so excited. I am starting a podcast called The Herd Mentality. Heard like HEARD, because again, your voice deserves to be heard. And maybe you are a homeschool mom, right? Not in the corporate world at all. Maybe you're an executive assistant, been there too, and you're kind of the little person in the corner taking the notes. Your voice deserves to be heard no matter where you are or what you're doing. And I just have this passion for helping people share their stories and get those voices heard. So that's starting. I'm also going to be attending the Ultimate Women's Expo and several other goal achiever seminars and kingdom seminars and things like that as a keynote speaker. I'll have some booths up and out. So I'm really getting out and active in different communities, different states, different areas to try to visit some of the people in the community throughout the country. So hopefully those will be posted on the website, and you can go see where I'm kind of going to be going next if you want to catch one of those.
Let me know when you're coming to New Orleans.
I will.
Hey, we're always up to go out and introduce people to the world of craziness. So
that's right. I love it.
All right. Tell us something fun and unexpected. We already know about the petting zoo. What is something fun that not a lot of people know about? Surprises.
So I'm obsessed with languages. I love languages. So I took high school French for like 3 years. Loved it so much. And then I spent some time in El Salvador with my dad and started to kind of learn Spanish there. So I picked up an app, on Duolingo on my phone and started learning Spanish. And I thought, Spanish is really close to Italian, very similar. So I started Italian. I thought, well, that's really close to Portuguese. So I started doing the Portuguese, and then my kids are doing Latin for homeschool. So I added the Latin. And then I thought, well, I might as well just pick back up on the French from high school. So if you look at my app on my phone, I'm like, there's like all these languages in there that every day I'm on my phone and I'm doing the languages, and I love it. I think it's so fun to be able to communicate in other languages. So
yeah, it's a goal. I just haven't made it a goal.
Yes.
It's on the list.
Duolingo, man, it helps.
It does. I've tried it before. I loved it. All right. I would love a pump up song that gets you moving and grooving, or some you just love, whatever.
My go-to is the song "Try Everything" by Shakira. And she talks in that song about all the things that I love to talk about, like don't give up, don't give in, figure it out, and then try again, right? Start again. Just try everything. And I'm like, yes, I will try everything. So that's my go-to.
I love that. Try everything. All right. Books. Do you have a book or books? Well, what about your books?
I could talk books for days. I started reading young. My grandma was a school teacher and my mom obviously homeschooled me. So I was reading like Gone with the Wind when I was 5. Like I love to read. So books have been my jam just forever. And yeah, I've authored 2. I've got a 3rd one going to the publisher in a couple of months. I've ghostwritten several books. So I love writing. But the one that I read, that really, when I was in one of those dark places, that really helped me was the book Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. I loved it. I loved it so much. I have shared it with so many people who have also read it and loved it. It's based off of that speech by, is it Teddy Roosevelt that says, people can sit on the sidelines and judge, but it's the man in the ring, right? Like in the game, in the fight. He's the one that's daring to be great. And I just love that thought. I love that mentality. And she really breaks it down really well. So Daring Greatly by Brene Brown is a great read.
That's wonderful. I love it. Do you want to tell us about both of your books?
Oh, well, sure. Blind to Hope was my first one, kind of about that darkish time in my life and where I was. And people look at me today and they say, oh, all they see is the bright, shiny fun. I'm like, it was not that. It was not always that. And I felt like I needed to, again, share my story as a way to help others who are there get out of there, or maybe stop themselves from getting there at all. So that was my first one. And then I thought, you know what? Really how I ended up there was because I was believing all these lies, right? Those lies I talked about before. You don't matter. Your voice doesn't matter. You are your past mistakes, all of these lies. And slowly over time, it affected my identity and my sense of self-worth. And I thought if I could help people identify the lies, again, keep them from getting blind to hope, wouldn't that be great? So I wrote my second book, which should have been the first book, called Compete with Deceit, about the lies. So those are the 2 that are out so far.
Great titles. Amazing. All right. What about a quote that you love?
My quote, I use it every day, is grow through what you go through. Because we go through things. I go through things literally every day, and it's always a choice. In this moment, do I choose to say, okay, I'm going to grow, or do I choose to be bitter and negative and victimized and blame everybody else? And how I answer that question of what I'm going to choose really defines my whole, like who I am, my whole character. And if I choose to grow and I choose to see the positive, who I am is going to be different than if I just whine and complain and blame shift. And so I will choose to grow through what I go through.
I love that. That is a great quote. All right. On a fun side, superpower for 24 hours. You get it. What would it be?
It would be, I think, gratitude vision. Gratitude vision. I'm going to call it a thing. I'm going to make one up. I think everybody has something to be thankful for. Just everybody. And I think we all tend to lose sight of even the smaller things in life that we have to be grateful for. And if we could all just for 24 hours, just see all of the blessings and all of the things that we could be grateful for, I think it would really change the way we think moving forward. So let me have all the good stuff for 24 hours. That would be great.
That is like a unique one. No one's ever told me that. And I think that's amazing.
I made it up.
It's like Thanksgiving, 24 hours for being thankful for everything.
That's right.
All right. Motivation. We run on empty sometimes, and sometimes we need to get motivated.
Yes.
Any suggestions on what you love to do personally?
Yes. I love to look backwards. So I always keep a copy of one of the first books that I ever wrote. on my desk, because when I look at like, oh man, there's so much that I want to do, right? There's so much that I could do and I'm not there yet. And ooh, I could add this and that and the other. And I love to look back and be like, but look where you started, right? And look how far you've come. Look at the progress that you have made. And so I just keep thinking about, in 5 years, I'm going to be looking back and be like, look how far you've come. Look what you've done. And so it helps me in the here and now, I think, to look back and be like, I'm going to be looking back at right now and think, look how far I've come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always amazing. Your thankfulness, gratitude, and look how far you've come, and just start. I mean, come on.
Just start. That's right.
All right. What is the best way for our audience to stay connected with you?
My online community, it's beaconinsights.net. And the community is completely free to join. And right now, all of the resources, I believe, on there are free to use. So you can connect with other women in your area. You can download those one-pagers. You can read the blogs. There's recipes on there. There's recommendations for clothing, and anything you can want is on there, and it's totally free. And I am on there bebopping around and responding to comments. And as I mentioned before, you can see kind of where I'm going to be going and headed in my seminars and things like that as well.
That's awesome. All right. I know you have a mic drop moment for our audience because it's who you are. So do you mind sharing a last tip or a trick that you have up your sleeve for us?
To remember that you matter. You have value. Even if you never make it to 6 figures, even if you never have your name in lights, if you're never featured on LinkedIn, you're never invited to be a keynote speaker or a guest on a podcast, some of the most important work you will ever do may never show up on a P&L. Maybe it's walking through a difficult season with a friend or a colleague. Maybe it's raising your kids the right way. Maybe it's allowing others to have a platform for success. But your value lies in who you are, not in what you do or what you accomplish.
100%. Thank you, Laura. You're amazing. Thanks for being on here. And I loved having you. You're fun. You're uplifting. You're a joy.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.